Okay, 101.7 so ne obusiafo ya tena se wade ache bia adwumadie mu abo.
OKFM 101.7.
Obusiafo ya tena se wade ache bia adwumadie mu ne ayemhwi na yenko Ministry of Education eho na ye ni won PRO ebedi enkomo Yewura Vincent Ekow Assafuah wo parliamentary candidate edima Otafo constituency ema Osun Kokoko amanyuku ho de na kyese wono a na konti ye ne honorable Ekow Vincent Assafuah eni komo na kyese enu se yento aba no na honorable no na akokwa no ho papa honorable Ekow Assafuah, good morning.
Kwame bekuni po.
Say no utwa say ukoto ofuo kura no a ya na ka wo ya so mamba cho honorable nie ni to fufu.
Na uni bibi.
You
Kasum sem ka kancho. Last week na me boss we share now say boss na say jumadi amudi enye izu no say ha o ga say simple. Also nipa dia transana. Easy. Kwame.
O ga no so ga say simple.
Me ga say simple say ja. Also boss na mo ja o MP nti e ofe. Say me ko no he me na say o say so ni traffic. Me ya me ba ya me kan say easy no no say ha.
Eyi Sabra napo eba MP no na ye nyina ye support no na Sabra no enkofo bi pese obobɔ no hanya na kwasi ada no pa bi o ka se yenko ayi na se mensa ho Sabra chamo se mensa na ye ko ho ye ka asem na enye ye do se odin sa bo table se banya chama ade o ya mudi ye media mempere na center table na glass and a boy na kama mi si na poko ba chama glass mamu fatuma no na asam so na wo ka no no odi ka o
yes
ye beto oba no Wednesday after Sunday anopa ye call chama ho no
yes
na venue ni yenim
yes mafia ya bemu no
mafia ya bem eti efiri wa na sa call chama mankwa ho ena fe bibia akoto di
amoni anya di ende force
yo na ma fe wa no pay the finder ediaba NDC left huge outstanding bills which rema was say ebra NDC aban efree akonya so no na e kapa wo mo agya no education sector ho no enye kawa enye kaketoa na wankasa wo minister ye nyina ye minister Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe ena ade asemi etudwa net say
Kwame mamenchia ayewatifu nyina enra ye benada na Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe ko parliament emra okono na ajayen so aye ne lieutenant edinachini ne koye na the start of parliament now it was slated say best at no 10:30 nemum na me say normal bi mane atwekwache kakra nti ye best at no na yabo 12 o'clock na Minister for Sanitation NAD kind answer questions of parliament na we you know na Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe so the statement so by now the statement that was read in parliament by Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe no na ne kese no nyina no koye the achievements of the Ministry of Education under his tenure from 2017 up to edamino kase. Now one of the first things that the minister talked about was the fact that social education the only way you be to develop human capital is through education. And in fact, he cited examples from Taiwan, Singapore, where the natural resources of Taiwan and Singapore Ghana deal economic channel. In fact, those times when after independence, na Ghana, you boy home all these countries. But then the story has changed. and you could see, say, Taiwan and Singapore are doing better on all sides in Ghana. And it is largely due to the fact that they have invested heavily.
Angasefwa, say kura the minim senan say wako Singapore. One baby, they are in a quantum leap in terms of development.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, boy, yeah.
Yes. And easy. In fact, we had Japan crampons as well. They have also less natural resources. But the development of Japan is largely due to the fact that they invest heavily in education. And he simply put it, the education is the shortest pathway between deprivation and opportunity. And the only way is education. He talked about the fact that free SHS, government's commitment, about 1.2 million Ghanaian youth are to me free senior high school education from 2017 up to today. And in fact, for the first time on Sosono, Abano Amoma Kapreba. That is the free SHS beneficiaries. They have been in school for free, they've ate for free, almost shatari for free. Almost of Hennes were Abana said and he made the statement in Parliament. They told me, they find that they are about to on the issue said Abanda Dano, the Minister of Education, Professor Jane Nano Opoku Ajima no Dano, Jane Opoku Mesa Dano no. Eka and he took his time and went through the list of sectors and other areas na omodeka. Now one of the year oka one some year say also omoka bibi say almost at bibi a friend of progressively free senior high school policy. Na sa progressively free senior high school policy no. In 2015-2016 academic year, a car na ewo mantia 30,120,552. Kwame Mississippi. The 2015-2016 academic year, under their so-called progressively free senior high school education, a car omucha is about 30,120,552 Ghana cedis. Says Ikawe, Dr. Matthew Pempedo to a year Mashabijum said, says Ikawe, Nanado Danko Kufado, I'll be training na Amane free ho. A view or share the next academic year, which is the 2016-2017 academic year, no so. Bibia, progressively free senior school education. And there are about 120,000 boarding students now under that policy. And also, no, Abano, that is Professor Jane Upuku Ajiman, Omantia Capre Basi, Yentuebi.
That says you cannot expand it from which date, Bepim date to be a Mudifra Bem Nomentia.
The whole of the 2016-2017 academic year. Medikaka 2015-2016 academic year. And Nona Ekow Mujao was 30 million Ghana cedis. And this is India handing over note. And Kwame, so may make the handing over note of the NDC as far as the education sector are concerned. Page 36 of the handing over note, and it was about 150-page document. Page 36, and page 37. Clearly, this is a document that was signed by Professor Jane, former Minister of Education, and so it's not something that they can lie about. And may take it time. Then, because Makoti, the handing over notes, I'll go into the handing over notes, and these are things not written by Dr. Matthew Pukupembe. These are things that have been written, signed, delivered by Professor Jane Pukwajima. Now, page 36, outstanding goods and services. Oshe BBT says Ghana's contribution to the Commonwealth of Learning for 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 financial year. A car never 394,749. Woman tia, and now the Danko Kufado are buying a chair. The Autosimun Outstanding Rent Due Association of African Universities. A car never 655,200 Ghana cedis. Sesika Winso, Kwame Omantia, Nanado Danko Kufado are buying Ababitia. Now, Oshe Baba page 37 Honwa. Feeding grant for colleges of education. Sika na yede share a year man tell about College of Education after they had cancelled the teacher training allowances. No. Now feeding grant in 36,386,374. Omuja Sakari, they didn't leave any money. Now the Danko Kufado abain Babitia Sakano. Now feeding grant for special schools. Also a car never 4,743,200. Kwame, Sadia making a Professor Jane, not show you, or not show you the two, and again, Dr. Matthew Pentro.
And I Uncle Obi argument to be say.
Kwame, a dose number 2.
Okay.
2 minutes.
You.
Let me go through Kakra.
Okay.
Okay. What should be to say senior high school subsidy? 24,125,578. Omentia, Nanado Danko Kufado Babitia. Now, progressively free senior high school education, the medical council. Now, we have to say capitation grant. When him say NDPC, that is the National Development Planning Commission, in 2015, Kwame, a year research be Jishimubi and HSA, because there were charges and fees at the level of our basic schools, you know. Now, ama and Kwada Nebuku school, no access no akofom because the capitation grant, which at the time was 450 pesos, was not able to cater for the entire expenditure away basic schools. And so NDPC, ASR research way in 2015, Professor Jane, and then Abai Anya Honshe, they left it like that. In fact, almost a jaka, a kabubure 8,453,000 into 450 pesos in the Pomantia. A ban we buy and another down Kokufado about Obitiakano was increasing the capitation grant from the 450 pesos to a year 10 Ghana cedis, and in percentage terms, Kwame, it is 122%, and this is something that Dr. Matepuku Pempe account Parliament. Now, issues of exercise boost, almost exercise boost, school uniforms, Kwame, school sandals. Mokocheno. When is Omentia?
School sandals, no?
Yes. We have 2 million Ghana cedis. Omentia. Now the Danko Kufado Nabitia. And this Uti Omona Somode Yomano, Yobe, Kansam, moving mountains as if they did anything. In their own handing over notes, they failed to pay. Now, again, school uniforms, a car will see about 3,853,240. We also Omentia. And these are figures not coming from a convincent, neither is it coming from Dr. Matthew Pempe. It is coming from Omwa Minister of Education, or your running mate, Omentia Saka. Now, to show the total outstanding social intervention programs, 131,027,453. And so, me who what Dr. Matthew Pempe said wrong because Osha a handing over note sika yetia and wakujina Parliament and waka, and it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Sanomawi omwanka senim because no cry a woman and omwa. Now when we say these things, they say, oh, propaganda and also and no cry and I can win a say. Now, when we throw the figures at them, the figures they themselves are also Mudija and then it becomes a challenge. Into Kwame, Professor Dr. Matthew Pempe, a cancer well parliamentar. Not just say no credit to no dika.
Now, Obi baby say, Yenkomudiemu, who mentioned my Professor Jane, Nano Pokwajman. Adiano Suno, so one of your sector minister. Now, a Kabiaba, what the Koma Ebia. Finance Ministry na woma release sika na yatria e de ama wo one year I various contracts near the idea. And the other enough to born young farmer a buying dance bia maame no ne bia yebebondi akasa ai na she superintendent over this thing. Anam say wa be flag bearer running mate of a flag bearer na.
Kwame wa nkasa no brofo no wote dodo. Wote brofo no dodo. Wa nkasa wa use wa de no. She was the Minister of Education. Mm-hmm. She superintended over these debts, signed and delivered to the next administration. Just like carry over. Okay, Mame, for one example, Kwame, as a Minister of Education, National Development Planning Commissioner in Shishimoja Abijao said, capitation grant, because it is 4 cedi 50 pesos. One, it is inadequate. This is Sikanisha, and a Bionso no Sikanonso enko. And untini ama access and I say yesuku no aye no basic education no eba form 2 years you start aloof without doing anything about it. And what are you saying? Say yemfa subone mono yemfa mo when he was the Minister of Education. That is incompetence. Now the competence aspect of this particular administration is when we have been able to increase the inadequacy of the 4 cedi 50 pesos, you know, to 10 Ghana cedis. In percentage wise, it is 122%. We cannot say Yenjano, and we cannot say when the document that was delivered was signed by her. Indeed, even though he's an appointee or the appointee of the John Dramani Mahama administration, but she superintended over this debt. She failed to pay this debt, and she failed to do anything about our dwindling educational effort. In fact, BBT said PISA. And I say, Udia Mamenkano, Semponi 90, so he be to say EGRA, early grade reading assessment. Assessments are a year in 2013 and 2016. Actually, say, Ghana this year, Ekow Assafuah to the extent say, those at P2, or more P2, are betting I can kakano. Kwame, do 10%. 10%. Now in 2016, Extra force high bill. I just almost no a started by from 1 do even 8%. So not your nearby, and you superintended over all these things, you start aloof and you didn't do anything about it. And you are saying it's a near function, wine. I know your incompetence.
What be baby
so the one or be competent, you know, we need to drum home that achievement for the Ghanaian people to understand. I know.
Obi say and yes, any senti krana go for to abetia wa omukui. Na mo baba be solve this time around no a dear na a man ye campaign message.
Okay, Kwame, your free BB National Education Assessment. Make the difference between the NDC and this current government. The entire you two abetia womo. The two Abamana Nadu Danko Kufado. Na Nadu Danko Kufado Abano, the Watimia, excess or your competent. The National Education Assessment, and only Akako Yeshimua, Ayana Ye in the education sector. Sajiwi Yeno in 2016, Kwame you. The National Education Assessment, Yeno in 2016. Excess say only 11% of primary 6 pupils were proficient in mathematics. Sadly, and Dr. Malteboko Penatro, and then Ekow Vincent Natural, and a Sebi, and your President of the Republic Natural, John Dramani Mahama, and Professor Jena Puku Achiman, Omo Abainso, and Omo Emre, and a Sadiwi, Omo Batuga, and so what it means is say at that time, 11% of primary 6, and Kwada more primary 6, 11% per, and Anna Sebi, or proficient in mathematics, and Konta, or can be a 2 plus 2, or bet me say 4, or 2 plus 5, or bet me say 7. 11% per, and Kwada across the country. Now, Sisi Amenoka say, we share a year 2018, the National Education Assessment Proficiency Rate, a buyer, that is the same assessment, from 11% in 2016, doubled about 22% in 2018. That is competence. That is competence. That is a change of government. That is why Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Enya Sikama, because clearly, he has shown on all fours and all the indicators, all the calculations. Biache, Pifi, Sen Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo Abanwe no ma wababe no. Obtain the ebetoye. And so nobody can say we are just complaining for complaining sake. No. We are just setting the record straight. Nagana for Hunusunsunia, Eda, Sabanwe, and Abana Chemuno. They don't have anything to see as far as education is concerned. Say, because Professor Jane Obokwajima running mate to John Dramani Mahama, election about education. We don't think it's going to be about education because now the Dankwa Akufo-Addo I normal be if it is about education, then of course you face there with the facts. No be the obey any the Nana the Dankwa Akufo-Addo so abaye as far as education sector is concerned.
Nana, and yet, Meda Sepa and Mastering and Paso Eddie Amount honorable.
Yeah, sure.
When should I want so? When I'm young for Ekow Assafuah, PRO, Eddie Man, Minister of Education, Eddie and Nature, okay, 101.7.
OKFM 101.7.